71-62 is the final here at Castle Coliseum. Virginia Tech improves to 1-1 on the year with their first win. We're now joined by head coach Buzz Williams. And coach, you said emphatically you wanted to see your team want it more. Were you happy with their effort tonight?
I thought they played much harder. I thought they represented the things that we want our program to be about, the things that our institution was built on, the things that our alumni and fans want to cheer for. I thought it was a lot easier to cheer for our guys tonight than it was on Saturday, for sure.
Had a little change in the starting lineup there, and Chris Clark, he came and gave you a double-double tonight. You know he's got a lot of potential and a few too many turnovers, I'm sure, for you, but...
Yeah, we don't want to have 17 turnovers. One of the positives specific to Chris is the rebounding portion of his game. There's more to it than that, but if you count up the missed free throws and the missed field goal attempts, we, Virginia Tech, rebounded 42% of those. That's the highest since I've been here. That's a little bit of a skewed number. I don't know that you can do that in January or February, but that shows the effort, that shows the priority, and obviously Chris is really effective on the glass. So we've got, as I said after the game, who can we put on the floor that's our best defensive group? Who can we put on the floor that's our best offensive group? And then, obviously, it's not football, that you don't huddle every possession. And so, I told our guys at halftime, I don't think that our opponent is Jacksonville State, and I just told them after the game, I don't think our opponent will be VMI on Saturday. I think our opponent in the game that we're playing it's a race to maturity, because we're relying on so many guys that have never had to do it. And as I told them, that's why all you guys wanted to come here to some extent. Coach, I want to play. It's really important. Well, ain't nobody complaining about playing time, particularly with the guys that are not suited up. But you're getting all the playing time you want. But now you have to be responsible with the burden that comes with that playing time. And so we're in a race to maturity. And I think sometimes my chaotic brain goes a little too fast for them. But I need to be better at that. And they're trying really hard.
Does it seem like Zach Leday might be able to be a pacer, as it were, in that race to maturity? Because it really seemed like he was able to elevate his game when he recognized this team needed it in the second half.
I think the thing about him is I'm just so mean to him. And the guys that I mean that sincerely, and I've told this in front of our team, the guys that I've been meanest to in my career are the guys that you can count on the most. And the guys that I've tried to coddle, if that would be the right term, those are the guys that you can't count on.
So you were mean to Butler too, Jimmy Butler?
I was inhumane to Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy was the first guy I signed as the head coach there, and I don't want to lose my job because my children are counting on me. But there were a lot of things with Jimmy and Chris O'Toole that I wasn't proud of. But you could count on those guys, and fast forward to whatever today is. If I called them and said, hey, I need you, they'd be here. And I think to some extent that's what life's supposed to be about.
One last guy I wanted to ask you about, Coach. I couldn't help but notice during the Alabama State game, maybe the most enthusiastic reaction we saw from you was when Johnny Hamilton dove for a loose ball and got it. He didn't play huge minutes in that game, but it seemed like he earned more tonight, and it seemed like that effort was constant from him throughout.
He's the second guy I've been the meanest to. Have known him for a while, know his entire background, all the people that have coached him. I just think that he has a very high ceiling relative to his potential, and he doesn't get that. But it's never been this important, and that's what's so hard. And so he is a really good kid. He's easily the wittiest player on our team. He's fun to be around, but I coach him really, really hard, and you look at what he did, boy, those, I don't want him to turn it over twice. I don't know how he turned it over twice. Maybe, I don't know. But 12 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, didn't miss a shot, missed a free throw. Boy, those are impactful minutes.
Yeah, they definitely were, Coach, and we appreciate you being kind to us both before and after the game. We appreciate that. We know you've had a long 2 days, but let's get back to it.
Well, I've got to have a race to maturity, too, because I want to try to be disciplined enough and mature enough that whether we win or lose, I don't have to act like a jerk when we lose and act like a front runner when we win. You know, just be grown, and we got beat. Here's why we got beat. But
We're only 2 games in.
and I'm only 43, so there's still hope.
It's a battle for all of us.